head coach here pregame. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. I'll keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. You know, when you get off to a tough start in conference play like these guys have, sometimes the temptation is just to try to get through it, play out the string. How can they turn it around?
Well, they just need to put a game together in all 3 phases for 4 quarters, and they haven't been able to do that yet this year, especially, David, when they've gotten an ACC play.
Yeah, and they've struggled. It's not the start they wanted, but what a coach is talking about. Like, when you get some adversity, how are you going to respond? And how do we finish the second half of the season so we can build on it for the future? It's not pretty. It's not fun. But let's finish strong throughout this conference play.
That's reeled in. It's Singleton. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Brown wants to pass. Punts it out of the air. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Looking downfield on first down. Right down the middle. That's caught. It's Johnson. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, it feels like everybody else on offense has been getting some in the passing game this drive. Finally, they get the tight end going, too. He's like, dude, I'm good, and I'm open. Throw me the ball. That's exactly where their quarterback goes. He's feeling it right now. He's distributing the football to a bunch of different people. And the defense right now, they have no idea who's getting it next.
Direct snap. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gets the back moving. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll give it to Johnson. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
Wow, what a big play. And how about the hit stick tackle right there? That's one this offense is going to remember.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go right back to the run. Could be an alley. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Got a man. It's Johnson. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there. You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. He'll try to do it himself. There he goes. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Trying to run, it's Johnson. Might have a chance. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Auburn's offense headed out to go on the attack. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Brown will throw it. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long.
Ready, move.
Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Blasted as he lets it go.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Tigers send out the offense to go to work. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season and saying, we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it, starting to pile up some conference wins. Now, Jesse, getting to the middle of the season, and you got to continue to evolve, right, and be ready for some of these rivalries.
No doubt about it. And I think they also like the fact that they've got some guys stepping up and making plays consistently. It's one thing to do it off in non-conference play against weaker competition early in the year, but now that you're into the meat of your ACC schedule, they've got guys on both sides of the ball that they can count on week in, week out. I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
And the Tigers will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down and one that did not pay off.
And is a big-time drive right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Still on his feet at the 45. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out and they were stopped on 4th. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Looking to throw on 1st down. Picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit. The defense able to come up with a big pick.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. Now with a 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A 1st down run in the red zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or 2.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Cobb. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
It's reverse. They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line. Timeout called by Clemson. That's their 1st. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. Absolutely perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Man, your goal of the defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on fourth down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Here's a give to Washington. Got some room into the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in two-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Single back formation, and they give it to him. Got enough for the first. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. This time he wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, Right before the half, you want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. He tries to take the top off. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Just going to keep it after the snap. Stopped immediately. Might have gotten a little cute with that run on 3rd and long, and they got nothing to show for it. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Lets it fly. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. Let's lead things off with Houston taking on the number 4 team, the Michigan Wolverines. And it's the Cougars with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one and win a fireworks-filled football game. And there is still a lot of work to do on the season, but they get back to 2-4 in the standings.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media.
Makes the grab in their space. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
I know he's got the height and the weight of a tight end, but, man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort. Right now, they're making the most plays.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Pulls it in, it's Johnson. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. Here's a little room there.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown.
They'll grab the squib kick just inside the 10. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive.
Whew, that's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
They'll start on the ground with Washington. Follows that surge up front. He's got 5 out to the 13. Auburn lines up quickly.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Washington again. Moving past the 25. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. Might as well try to punch them while they're reeling. You get one huge play to set it up. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 40. On the run, it's Cobb. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against a running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, if they could stop the run, it was going to be really, really hard on the offense. And I just love the tenacity they're playing with right now. This front 7 are flying around, getting to the ball carrier. This running back has had nowhere to go today.
It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. There's some room. Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. Running to the left. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Eight-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Running inside, it's Johnson. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Clemson jumps to the line.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Oh, he's got a chance. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I tell you what, they're down, but they're not out with this guy. They keep feeding him. He keeps having success on the ground. Maybe I use this now to catapult, use some play action, make some bigger plays down the field. But the run game has not been the problem today.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. There's a crease. Picks up the first down. Touchdown, Clemson! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, how nice is it to be down, and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back, and he can make big plays like that. Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back into the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit hole, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves, too. I don't know if in this 2-minute type situation, if they're expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up for this defense.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for space, it's Cobb. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
I love the timing on the jet sweep there. The quarterback snapped it at the perfect moment. He could give it right away to the receiver to get outside, get around the defensive end, and start getting upfield.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Running right, Bryson Washington. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Despite coming up short on the previous 2 fourth-down attempts, this offense will try it here again. They want to run this quarterback. Big on big, man on man, and the defense wins on 4th down. Auburn calls its second of 3 timeouts. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. Great place to start for this offense. The handoff to Johnson. knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Got enough for the first. Touchdown, Clemson! They take the lead with the 6. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Brown wants to pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Off play action. Showing the arm strength to the left. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Got some room to run. He's inside the 40, inside the 30. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Johnson. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. From the red zone, it's Johnson. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. He'll pull it down, turning it on. And maybe they've tried to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another 1st down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet.
And on 3rd down, he calls his own number. Really nice job by the quarterback, making the decision, being decisive. He does a good job going, getting the 1st down, a new set of downs for this offense.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on 1st and goal, but they can also drain the clock. He'll set up to throw. Swings it out to the flat. He's going for the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad. And the extra point was good. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Richardson. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So here comes the Auburn offense. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Caught. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Quarterback making checks. Brown will throw it. Here's the pressure. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And defensive coaches talk about it all the time. Winning first down. And what that does for a defense. They win first down. They force second and long. They're ready for it. Nice job rushing the passer, getting the sack, and now putting them in an even more predictable situation.
Going for the big play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
To the air on second down. Oh, they're after him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on third and long. The run inside, it's Johnson. No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative.
And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a nonprofit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks.
And it's picked off for the third time today. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll start this drive with a pass. Gets it to the back. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. The old saying is pick your poison. Both of them are lethal when you deal with this guy. He fits that Clemson quarterback mold.
That's what stinks. So, yeah, I got to come up and worry about his legs and make sure I bring a safety down to be aggressive in stopping this Clemson running attack, and then he throws it over my head. So tough to defend when you get all the speed, the running game going, the tempo, and then a quarterback that can run and throw. Good luck.
Auburn's offense headed out to go on the attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Right back to the well, and he's wrestled to the ground.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. He wants to change this route. Brown wants to pass. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
And, guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take it.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
That last sack got them behind the sticks in 2nd and long here. Back to pass. Gets rid of it. Makes the grab. Pulled down for the tackle. Clemson is quick to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Oh, better look out. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And I think this offense has all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to